And that's pretty much how I felt the first time I played the game. Anyways, welcome back to Not So Awesome Game Review. This time we're looking at Batman, the video game, for the Sega Genesis. Basically, I wouldn't say it's the same game as the one for the NES. It's definitely based off the same movie, but it is way different. No more wall jumping and no more item inventory, but we'll get on to all of that in a second. First off, let's take a look at what's inside the box. Alright, so here we have the clamshell case. I don't think they made a cardboard one. I believe that was only for the older games. Anyways, it still has a little tab, so that's cool. Made by Sunsoft, of course, just like the Nintendo one. Official Genesis seal of quality, which is a lot like the Nintendo seal of quality, which means that they just licensed the game, and of course, you know, there was plenty of bad games, so it's not as impressive as it seems. A summary of the story: the Joker, you know, this is your chance to battle the diabolical Joker for the freedom of Gotham. Incredibly strong and armed to the teeth with a vengeance, Batman is prepared to put his life on the line to seek the Joker and put an end to his evil reign of terror. And if you'll notice, Joker trademark, Gotham City trademark, and Batman trademark. That's very important to know. We got some pictures, some screenshots to one player. Here's the Sunsoft address in California in case you guys want to send them fan mail, you know, call them up or something. And inside this, we have the game, of course, and the manual, which again has the address there. So, you know, if you guys just want to pause the video and write that down, you know, just email them or something. I'm sure they're still around. Picture of the Sega. We got, you know, the button layouts, Batman art right there. The items, which you'll also see later, how to jump, because it is important. It really is important to know how to jump in this game. Shooting stages, clearing levels of play. There's a total of 6, plus all of the enemies in the game. More pictures of Batman and the Joker here, and the score pad in case you want to play, you know, competitively with a friend. You can write down your score, and then they can write down their score, and you can be like, hey, this is my score, this is your score. So there you go with that, and of course the cards. So let's put this in and check out Batman, the video game for the Sega. So here we have it, Batman for the Sega Genesis. Let's go over the controls first. You got the button for punching. You got, you know, your jumping weird somersault attack, your batarangs that can run out, unfortunately, and the grappling hook, which we'll get into it later with that. No jump kicking, just jump punching, which is really a disappointment because I really love jump kicking. Items for the batarang that look like the Batman symbol, as well as the health item, which is just a heart. Anyways, as you can see, the gameplay is divided up into 4 different types. You have your side-scrolling beat-em-up action, which is in most of the levels, along with some platforming elements that require landing perfectly, otherwise just utter death every single time. We have next the Batmobile section, which is actually a lot of fun. Probably one of the, if not best, stage of the game. Alongside the Batwing stage, where you get to fly around the Batwing and shoot down helicopters. You know, how can you not have fun doing that? Anyway, taking a look at the side-scrolling, it's basically, you know, your typical side-scrolling beat-em-up. Especially for the first level, all you do is move left to right and take out the bad guys, who, you know, either have guns, duck, jump, whatever, you know, they do stuff, and it's pretty straightforward for the most part, up until the second level, when the platforming starts, and kind of just leaves you there wondering what to do. Like you saw in the beginning, I had no idea what to do in this part, because, well, there's no explanation. The bad guys just keep coming and coming and coming, and, well, it took me a pretty good while to figure out what to do, which you have to get the grappling hook, and jump, basically. yeah, you have to learn to use the grappling hook, and it really would have been nice if it told you. Anyways, the platforming part with the jumping, it's not hard, but it's not easy either. There's parts where you need to do the double jump, and you don't know that you need to do it until after it's too late. There's parts where you think you can get something, like right here, where you think you can get a health item, but no, you can't even walk there, you can't jump there, you can't do anything. I know, I've tried a bunch of times. Um, Falling things, just a lot of hazards, especially with it. I believe that this part could have been done a lot better than it was, but once again, difficult, but not the hardest. I think the hardest would be right here with the bad guys, where you can see they're jumping back and forth, and you have to time your punch just right so you don't get hit by them while jumping, which, trust me, happens a lot more often than you would think, especially when you get to this part right here, where it's just impossible to make it down without getting hit by either the fire or the jumping guy. And yeah. Next up, the driving stage, which is definitely one of, if not the funnest stage in the game. You basically get the Batmobile and get to start shooting around bad guys. You get missiles. Every time you lose a life, you get more missiles. So at least it refills it. You can pick them up along the way. It takes a little bit getting used to, I'm not gonna lie, especially getting the angles and everything, so when you're missing, not getting hit, or when you're shooting somebody. A lot like the flying stage, which is actually a lot easier. Hitting the helicopters, dodging the missiles, taking out giant clown things, balloons. And it's just fun. It's just all around fun. The bosses are pretty simple. I don't have the video footage on how to actually beat this boss. As you can see, the first time you play it, it's kind of easy to get lost, which I'm assuming is why they give you 2 health items right there. Really, all you have to do is double jump and land behind him and then hit him, and even the double jump is actually an attack. And speaking of which, the Batarang, can basically take out every boss in the game with really not having to do anything. If you just stock it up until the end of the level, don't lose a life so you don't lose them, every 2 Batarangs is 1 health point to the bad guy. The vehicle boss is just, a giant tank, and the helicopter boss is a giant helicopter. And I think that's about all the footage I got for the bosses. I got the ninja guy, who's unbelievably easy to beat, by the way. A lot of these bosses are just way too simple. They just were done way too easily. But still, overall, great game. Definitely recommend it. I wouldn't say great game. It's a really good game. I do recommend it. You see it around, pick it up. It's fun. It's a good time. It's beatable. If it's too hard for you, put it on easy. Either way, check it out. It's Batman for the Sega Genesis. And that's all I got to say. Have fun. Yeah, cool. So hopefully you enjoyed that review. Like I said, good game. Can be frustrating. If you see it around, definitely pick it up. Sometimes I've seen it on eBay for a little bit higher than it probably should be, but I don't know the rarity of it, so there you go. One player, kinda wish it was 2, but there's no Robin in the movie, so I guess that wouldn't make any sense, even though. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed that review of Batman for the Sega Genesis. Next week we will be taking a look at Batman and Robin for the Sega Genesis as well. Really way different than the last 2 Batman games I've shown. And that will conclude the whole Batman thing because, well, aside from Arkham games, which there's plenty of reviews on there, these are the only Batman games I own, but there will be more reviews in the future, that I can guarantee you. So, yeah, don't forget to leave a comment, just telling me what you thought about the game, and hit the like button and subscribe and all that cool stuff, and I will see you guys next week with the review for Batman and Robin for the Sega Genesis. Thanks for watching. Goodbye. Hey, look, the end slate, which, yeah, first of all, yeah, this video was supposed to be up on the 2nd week of April, 2nd Sunday of April. Well, obviously it's not, because it is now like the end of April, and yeah, editing just took a lot longer than I thought it was going to. Getting all the clips and all the audio lined up was really difficult. I'm pretty sure you just heard my phone go off, which, fortunately was not an issue while recording the voices over things. Anyways, yeah, if you guys want to check out anything I posted this week, I'm pretty sure I'm posting it today on Tuesday, and I'll try and do another one Sunday. We'll see how. Maybe I'll do these every other week just because of how much editing there is. But if I am correct, down below you can click on the links to the review for Daredevil Volume 1, which wasn't that great. The bug was awesome. My review was not that great. I believe the next one would be the unboxing of the Star Wars Luke action figure Black Series thing. Pretty awesome thing. I will make those unboxings better pretty soon, hopefully. Let's see, what else is on there? I guess a not so awesome new show, episode 3, or yeah, episode 3 is up. Not, just a short episode compared to the last few, but still pretty good. And you know what? Just because I can't think of what else is going to be down there, I will say my haul video from WonderCon 2014. If you want to check that out, or any of the other WonderCon video stuff, it's all in my channel. Just click view all videos. You'll find them. Got a couple interviews, a vlog. Good times, good times. Anyways, thanks for watching my review for Batman for the Sega Genesis. I will try and post one more Batman review, but won't be until next month. But still, it'll be awesome. Check it out, and I will see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe and all that cool stuff, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.